Welcome Joan video fans. This 7-minute video was made specifically for one of my subscribers, Barry from the UK, who asked to see a little bit more of this lighthouse here at the Geneva on the Lake Marina. So we brought our little brand new Spark out on the back of my bicycle and took off there, and we're facing the lake. The weather was supposed to be 7-mile-an-hour winds and mostly cloudy, but when I got out here, the winds were 20 to 25 and building, and the waves were building, and I thought long and hard about making this shoot before I decided to go ahead and give it a try. We're going to do a fly around the top of this lighthouse. I wanted to use the orbit function, but didn't trust it in the high winds. I had high wind warnings on the transmitter the entire time I was flying, and this I was so surprised at how well the little Spark was able to handle these high winds. There were times when the craft was pitched 20 to 25 degrees over in facing towards the wind, just to try and keep itself in place. Yet you don't see any pitch or roll in the camera. It's holding the video perfectly still. So I was very impressed with its ability to handle some fairly extreme conditions. We had good satellite connection here with 16 to 17 satellites, so there was no problem with GPS lock. I also thought it would be prudent to fly this in tripod mode, which gives you a little bit more control. So after circling the lighthouse once here, we wanted to get a little bit more of a shot of the surrounding area. We're going to go up here up top and take a look down inside that access way. That top is a sort of a domed plexiglass dome which opens up, and as we get over the top of it, you'll be able to look down inside and see stairs that lead up to the top. On the front part of the lighthouse, there's an access hatch where somebody a lot smaller than myself can squeeze in and climb up into this thing and then go up there and change the lights or whatever it is. You can see the ladder right there if you look closely. This light, according to some boaters that I've spoken with, can be seen as far as 12 miles out to out north on the lake, which is probably as we pan up here and get soon you'll be seeing the horizon of the lake, but I would say that the horizon is probably 12 miles from this point right here. The lake area itself is fairly shallow in close. It doesn't start getting deep, and by deep I'm talking 60 to 80 feet, which is not really deep by most stretches. It's actually the shallowest of all the Great Lakes, except for a couple of points up around New York. There's the other side of the channel, which leads out towards the lake, and in the distance you see the beach being raked by a tractor to smooth out the sand. I have a Polar Pro Polarizing filter on the camera, and you can see that it does actually improve the colors. The channel looks fairly calm, but you can see on the windward side here of the walkway going out there, the waves building and smashing into the side there. It was tough walking out here without getting wet, because the waves were breaking over the tops of the rocks, and we're just doing a sweep there. And as I said, that distant horizon is probably 12 miles, which at this point on the lake is about 1/3 of the way across to Canada. going straight across, you could probably get to Canada in about 36 to 40 miles. Okay, now we're dropping down. We're getting a shot here, and you can see the access hatch there on the bottom. Again, we're going to take a quick look to the other side of the channel, and you see an anemometer which measures wind speed and wind direction, and that information is broadcast out to boaters, you know, so that they can know the conditions back at the harbor. I'm not sure of what frequency it's on, probably one of the marine band frequencies. And we're going to back up here a little bit, and you can see you know, how much the waves are battering against those rocks there, and we didn't want to get too close to the deck at that point, because you can see how high the waves are breaking, and I didn't want the chance getting my Spark drowned in the water. But we're going to drop down here now that we're safely away from that, and you can see the bushes and weeds that are alongside the pathway, how badly they're blowing. As I said, it was at one point I was, you know, really not sure that I was going to pull this chute off, because the conditions were that bad. But I have to hand it to DJI Spark. It handled itself very well. Anyways, Barry and everybody else, I hope you enjoyed this little shoot of the lighthouse here at the Geneva on the lake Marina. This Marina was put in back around 1989 or 90, but I was coming here long before it. Here you can see my 21-speed bike, and on the pavement right behind the bike you can see the little carry-all pack that comes with the Fly More package for the Spark, and all that fits easily in the back of my bike carrier. Thanks for stopping by. Come back again, and I hope you enjoyed the video.